So we're going to get another set of big swells coming in from the west-northwest from storms out in the deep North Pacific, and the forerunner waves will begin arriving tomorrow morning. These could come in the form of sneaker waves, so waves that catch you off guard, waves that come up much higher on the shore than anything previous, at least for a long period of time. They can catch people off guard and knock you into the water. The swells will start to thicken up a little bit and then build tomorrow evening to the point where we're talking 20 to 25 foot waves once again. We were like in the 23 to 28 foot range yesterday, so a little bit smaller, but still very hazardous out there. We're talking large breaking waves on the beaches, the potential for those dangerous rip currents. You don't want to get pulled out to sea. Now, those waves will be following high tide tomorrow, so maybe some good news that they're not corresponding with it. But during high tide, we're in another set of the king tides, which means that the earth is being affected by both the moon and the sun. Their powers combined essentially pulling on our oceans. And with that, we get higher high tides and lower low tides. And the higher high tides tomorrow morning around 8:55 will be pretty high, which could ultimately lead to some coastal flooding of low-lying areas. So you'll see this in places like the Elkhorn Slough, lots of water in it. Some of the very smaller beaches like Maccabee Beach there in the Monterey area, you'll see much higher water there as well. The north side, Capitola near the lagoon, you're going to see a lot more water there. So please be careful around high tide tomorrow morning. And as that tide comes in, it may catch you off guard if you've been trying to do some tide pooling. So please be careful out there. Now, these high surf alerts coming from storms blasting across the North Pacific. They've been strong. They've been hitting the west coast, but not us here on the central coast. They've been much too far to the north. We've been staying dry. The rain has been staying to our north, and we're going to catch the tail end of one of those systems overnight tonight into tomorrow in the form of some high clouds. So the mild temperatures we're seeing out there for the most part tonight will stay that way through the overnight hours. As a mild overnight with the clouds acting as a bit of a blanket for us. We'll see them come in on future cast and then stick around through the overnight into tomorrow. So expecting widespread high clouds for most of the day. Not a lot of sunshine tomorrow, so don't expect to get out there and lay on your sun blanket with your lemonade. It will be mild, but you won't see much sunshine till later in the day. It may sneak in before sunset. But how about those temperatures tomorrow? As I mentioned, even with the clouds, it's not going to be that bad. We'll be in the 60s in Santa Cruz, San Lorenzo Valley, Scotts Valley, even up at the top of the hill there on Highway 17 will be in the 60s tomorrow. Watsonville to Salinas corridor, that takes you through Prunedale. 64 there for you in Prunedale tomorrow, 67 in Hollister and Gilroy, with 60s even back toward the Bay Shore. The Monterey Peninsula mainly in the 60s tomorrow, pretty comfortable for this time of year. We'll top out at 62 in Monterey, and then farther south, no 70s on the map tomorrow, but we will probably see some throughout the rest of the week, so get ready for some warmer temperatures. Here's what that looks like on the 7-day forecast. Notice the absence of rain in the rainiest month of the year for most locations. Temperatures at least 5 degrees above normal and sometimes closing in on 10 degrees above normal on the coast for the next 7 days, all under mostly sunny skies, at least for the most part. So expect a period of warm, dry conditions, which will probably last about 2 weeks. That includes our inland cities as well, all the way through Martin Luther King Day. Please, again, just keep in mind with the storms continuing to break out in the North Pacific, we will see sets of waves heading our way, and that will keep conditions on the beaches hazardous. We're back after this.